If you've been spending time on Instagram or Facebook, especially if you're such that consume fashion content, you will notice that the girlies are all raving about scarf. Scarf this, scarf that, scarf this, scarf that. So this time, I want to talk about elevated ways of wearing scarf. Some that I've actually tried because we all know how this act can be. Sometimes this app can become a cack, and you'll be wondering how did they do that. So anyway, let's go to this very nice elevated way of wearing scarf. You're new here. My name is Magdalene. On this one, I talk about fashion, travel, and lifestyle. And I do believe if you look good, you will definitely feel your best. So let's talk about these nice ways of wearing scarf. So the first one I will talk about is this very. I'm looking at my phone. Is this very easy way to wear scarf? So this way, I noticed that girls used to blend their maybe a little bit of scarf, all those scarf that are very small, more like a neckerchief. Then they will now style it with their pearl necklaces or their beaded necklaces, and I decided to try it out. Trust me, I like the result that came out of it. I like how it is. You see in the insert, I styled my bandana scarf with a beaded necklace, and I'm loving how deliciously beautiful it is. I've been seeing that arc on Pinterest, on Instagram, on Facebook, but I just like I was not sure I can turn out. But when I finally did, I can't wait to put my bead and my scarf into something fun. I've been trying this kind of action. I really love how this one turned out. So scarf doesn't need to be complicated when you're using to style your outfit. You don't need to find one very elevated with it. Even though these steps are actually very simple to do, they actually elevate your look. So the first way I'll talk about is for you to bring the scarf and put it in your button down or your blazer. So you just wear it over your neck to have a pop of color. If it's a floral scarf or a thick scarf that have plenty colors, that would be that extra pop of color. So if you're a minimalist girl and you just put that scarf over your neck, be very nice, beautiful, and fun. Another way to do it is just throw it over your neck and fit it into your button down. So the scarf will be inside your button down. That's a very chic way to also wear it over your neck. It's a very, very, very beautiful way to wear scarf. Or you can button up all your outfit, then you will now wear the scarf as a tie. That one I saw it is beautiful and it's really fun. This way, when you're wearing your scarf as a tie, you're not really doing much. All you do is to button up, like I buttoned up like this. Then you put the scarf inside and bring it out from another section of your outfit. Then you bring it out. So the scarf is basically on your neck area, right? Holding it like a tie, but it's not on the collars. It's a very, very chic, fun way to wear scarf. I discovered that one. I really love how the result is. Another way you can wear scarf as a tie or as neckerchief. You can just wear it over your neck as a neckerchief, then you let the triangle section fall in front. Or you can wear the scarf on your neck and use your ring to hold it together. So this is one ring I'm currently wearing. So I've used this ring severally to hold my scarf together. So you just simply put the scarf over my neck and I'll just add a ring. You will see it in the instant. So that ring, if it's something that is gold or silver, will give it a very nice contrast that you see on the scarf. I really love the result of that. So those are simple ways to wear scarf over your neck. So scarves do more than just be on your head or simply wear to church or Sunday. They do more. Okay, guys, another simple way and the elevated way that the girlies are wearing scarf these days is to wear it with their blazer. I have always been saying this. I've seen it severally, and I'm wondering. You see it in the inside. I'm wondering, would this result be okay? Will I like what I see when the result is done? Then I tried to try it for myself. So I wore my outfit and I decided to add a polka dot scarf over my blazers. All you just do is to put it in your blazer at the back section on the label of the blazer. You just tie it there. Then when you wear your blazer, you bring it at one side of your body. It can be this side or this side. So you bring it out from this side, then you try and stuff most of it inside. It depends on the direction you're bringing it. So the remaining part we show, then you now use the button of your blazer. You button the scarf along with your button of your blazer. So that's white on top of scarf will be showing that a nice contrast. So this polka dot that is, so you see that white section is because the scarf was used along with the button. I really love that. Girls have been eating it up when it comes to styling scarf with their blazers. I've seen it different ways. Some just tie it on their blazers like to one side, right? They just tie it to one side, then find a way to bring it to the other side and stuck it in. I've seen that one, but I've not really tried it. But if I see the lady that I did a screenshot, I will show you guys. So you can use scarf to on your blazer. So already mentioned that you just stuff it into your blazer or stuff it into your button down. That's another way to wear scarf. So scarves have been used several ways now, especially by the ladies for styling their blazer. I've seen how scarves were used to make blazer look different, fun, unique. Like if you spend time on Instagram and you just watch the scarf art. In short, you don't even need to spend time on Instagram because the algorithm will keep giving you scarf ideas, especially when you watch one or two. You see how the girls have been using scarf in an elevated way. So trust me, scarf for your blazer or scarf tied along with your blazer is just so the way we normally or typically wear scarf. I would say normally because that's one thing I typically do. I use scarf on my handbag. So if you want to elevate your bag and maybe you typically wear neutral tone colors of bag, just get a very colorful scarf and tie it on the handle. Sometimes you can just tie it like spirally over it and bring it out at the buckle of the bag, or you simply just tie it loosely, like you tie it and allow it fall by the side. That extra fabric that stays to one side of the scarf. This another elevated look you can wear for your scarf for your bag. So that's a very simple, fun way to wear scarf on your bag. I actually saw one other act where somebody tied their scarf over their bag, like they give this weaving detail on it. That one I've tried, but I don't think it's my favorite. Why? Because it takes too much effort to create it, but still the result is not really giving what I expect. Unlike when I wear my scarf on my back like a twilly, to just tie it around and tie it on one side of the bag and give it that pop of color. I'm not saying that you should put it only when your bags are neutral. If your bag is also colorful and you wanted to just add another thing to just give it extra fun. So if you have a scarf that is navy and brown or a muted tone color, even a polka dot scarf is going to give you a fun look when you style it with your bag. So styling your scarf with your bag, it has always been there. The girls have been using it up. I think there was one year, maybe 2018, 19, that period, most of the bags we were seeing that period were mostly bags that have twillies already tied to it. So when you get the twilly, it's more like a thin scarf. You just tie it around it or you just tie it loosely on it and you will see the result. It also make me remember when we used to have bag charms, but instead of having bag charms, it's more like teddy bears, little mini bears on top of it those days. But anyway, another very simple way to wear scarf is to tie it more like an head scarf. If you tie your scarf on your head as a scarf, it looks very, very nice. But there are two ways you can actually tie your scarf as a head wrap. You can tie it with your cap. So you can wear a baseball cap or a face cap, then tie a scarf on top of it. So I did one where I styled my normal scarf with navy blue with a denim cap underneath it. It's a very fun way to actually wear your scarf in a very elevated way. So instead of just wearing scarf, you just mix both together and to give it this very nice chic form. Or you can just simply wear the scarf on your head on its own. And that will give you another chic, very easy way to tie your scarf. You can even use it for days where you don't want to make your hair and your hair is standing, you just use the scarf to actually style it. Then another way you can use scarf on your head is to wear it like more like a very nice how would I describe it? You're wearing it cover up to your chin. So you just wear it like an overall face. So it will cover just your head and your face. Then the scarf is tied over your neck. You will see it in the insert where I actually styled with a particular look. The look whenever you're looking for very I think most of the time people used to assume European women like to wear scarf in that particular way. Parisian women like to wear scarf in that particular way. That's like the third way of wearing scarf as a headgear or styling it with other accessories. So yes, these are elevated way to wear scarf. The three I've tried. My favorite is when I wear the scarf on the baseball cap or if on a face cap. It's actually very nice and beautiful. I love the results that one brings just because it's just fun. Like you can get the feel of having a scarf on your head and you also have something that covers your face from the sun. That is very, very unique and fun for me. That's why I actually like that particular way of wearing scarf as an the last but not the least way of actually wearing scarf, right, is to tie it on your side as this is wear it as a belt or tie it on your outfit. So I've styled it here where I decided to tie my scarf on the side of my skirt, just give it that elevated look to it. I love the result. I've seen the ladies do that with like all white outfits, all brown outfits, all black outfits. Then we just use the scarf, just give you that extra pop of color that I really love. But since we are focusing on the waist area, you can actually use your scarf as a belt, right? Using your scarf as a belt is actually unique and fun. I love doing that with my scarf, especially when I'm wearing neutral tone like gray, or I'm wearing brown, because those are the neutral tone color I wear, gray or brown, navy, all those kind of color, and you wear a colorful scarf over it as your belt. It's down. Especially the corporate girls are doing that these days. So it's not just when you're going for casual outing that you use your scarf as belt. The way you use your scarf as belt, and it's tied around most neutral tone color, you really love the result. That's one thing I would say you should try out if you've never done it before. So if you also have like a skirt or a pants that it is, it's very difficult for you to try, because after my first child, so my second child came and I also added another weight. So I have a particular skirt which I actually love. Like, I love this skirt down, but at this point of time, this particular skirt does not want to fit anymore, and I'm so upset about it, and I'm not ready to let go of that skirt. So what did I do? I thought about, since typically I normally wear my scarf as a belt, I decided to use it as a belt. So you see it in the insert of the screen. So I decided to use it as a belt, right? When I use it as a belt, that is what I use to elevate the look. So I did in such a way that at the end of the, when you use that belt, when it gets to that part where it is I'm trying to describe, get to the waistband part where you could not close, you just let it be like that. Then make sure the scarf, the folding is roughly big, so you can just use it to, all you just do is to let that scarf be big like that. You will not use it to cover that section that you could not button together. And that's a very simple elevated way to still wear the outfit that you may have outgrown, especially if it's just a little bit, to be able to cover that gap in between. So typically when somebody sees you and that outfit, what they see is that scarf on your waist as a belt. So they'll be like, girl, that is nice, that is really chic, or clock it like the Gen Z does this day. But anyway, so when you see that, you will really know that you are covering something that happened to your skirt. So that's a very chic way to actually wear your scarf. Using an arc, and also ensuring that you still wear your outfit as much as you can, especially you still love them like I do. But anyway, these are elevated ways that the girls have been eating up scarf. There are some of them I didn't talk about because I see them do it, but I still don't understand the results about them. So I won't talk about them in this video. Maybe if I try more acts that I see on Instagram, on Facebook, or on Pinterest, and I see that they are realistic, not just for content, right? Definitely I'm going to talk about another elevated way of wearing scarf. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. It tells YouTube that you enjoy my videos. Subscribe to this channel, join the family. I really appreciate you to be here. This channel will talk about fashion, and fashion, even fashion, except once in a blue moon, with sprinkles of travel and lifestyle. Yeah.